Gentlemen, on behalf of Nepali Association of Oregon, I'll be your host and would like to extend a very warm and hearty welcome to all of you for joining us today. And since we weren't able to celebrate Dasai this year in person due to the coronavirus pandemic and social gathering restriction, we have decided to hold an annual general meeting and celebrate Dasai virtually. And we thank you for your patience as this is our first time holding a webinar. I'm sure there are going to be some technical difficulties, so bear with us and it's much appreciated. So for today's program, we have amazing guests joining us from all over the globe. We have special guest Mr. Sunil Saha, who is an NRN president, and special guest Catherine Dempsey, who's also an operational manager at Lumbini Museum, and few other former and present NAO board members. And this meeting is also going to be presided by our NAO president, Daya Sake, and at the end, he'll also be making a closing statement. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Nepali Association Oregon's Vice President, Bises Raimaji, to welcome everyone.
Namaste sabaijanalai ani happy Dasai to everyone. Once again, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Sunil Saha, along with our special guest, Catherine Dempsey. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to our executive team and all the participants today. Annual General Meeting and Dasai celebration is NAO's one of the major celebrated events. Our current NAO team was handed over the responsibilities by previous team during the Dasai celebration program last year, which was held at Multnomah Arts Center, obviously not virtual last year. And soon after the handover, COVID-19 pandemic hit the United States and our team quickly adapted to the new normal of this virtual world. During our tenure of 2020, we continued to excel the legacy of the Nepali Association of Oregon and did not let the pandemic hinder any of our organizational functionality. We continued to help and support our community members and further reinforced and expanded our community outreach here in the United States and back home in Nepal. We are bound to conduct a virtual program this year, but I'll assure you that this program will be equally enjoyable. Well, with that being said, I would like to hand over to Alisa and request to proceed with this program. And once again, happy Dasai and happy upcoming Tihar to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bises Raimaji. And up next, we have our Secretary Tilochan Paudel to go over the NAO secretarial reports from 2019 to 2020. Let me welcome him.
Okay, namaste सबैजनालाई म NAO को अहिले currently secretary मा छु अनि अघि विशेषले भने जस्तै सबैजनालाई welcome our special guest and all the ex-presidents and then current EC member and all the other members who are watching this live. सबैजनालाई मेरो तर्फबाट नमस्कार अनि विजया दशमीको शुभकामना। मैले चाहिँ एकदम very brief overview मात्रै जान लागेको छु। अब यसको चाहिँ अलि डिटेल फाइनान्शियल प्लस अरु कुराहरु चाहिँ पछाडी आउँछ अरुबाट। So let me go one by one. So first of all, NAO almost सबैजनालाई थाहा नै छ। अब NAO मा चाहिँ भनेको नेपाली एसोसिएसन अफ ओरिगन हो। यो 2001 मा एस्टाब्लिश भएको। यसमा चाहिँ हाम्रो प्रेसिडेन्ट करेन्ट प्रेसिडेन्ट नै आफै नै इन्भल्भ हुनुहुन्थ्यो। उहाँले अलि बढी भन्नुहुन्छ होला पछाडी। त्यसपछि यो एउटा ट्याक्स एक्जाम नन प्रफिट अर्गनाइजेसन हो। अनि यसको अब वेबसाइट लिंक यहाँ छ। अनि अब यसको चाहिँ नि इभेन्टहरु चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ सुन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अथवा अप टु डेट हुनलाई चाहिँ इमेल सब्स्क्राइब गर्ने अथवा वान अफ द इसी मेम्बरहरुलाई चाहिँ कन्ट्याक्ट गर्दाखेरि हुन्छ। यहाँ पावर पोइन्टमा अलिकति यो नाम छोपिएछ। अहिलेको 1920 को इसी मेम्बरमा हाम्रो प्रेसिडेन्टमा दया साक्य दाइ हुनुहुन्छ। भाइस प्रेसिडेन्टमा विशेष सेक्रेटरी माइसेल्फ भयो। त्यसपछि ट्रेजररमा मनिष, अरु मेम्बरहरुमा चाहिँ अलिसा, केशव, ज्ञानुरत्न, पदम, दीपक अनि हाम्रो NAO को कन्स्टिट्युसन अनुसार इमिडिएट भाइस प्रेसिडेन्ट पनि मेम्बर हुने चलन छ। एडभाइजरी कमिटीमा चाहिँ यो अप टु डेट नहुनु पनि सक्छ है। मैले चाहिँ जुन लिस्टहरु यहाँ पाएँ त्यो चाहिँ यहाँ छ मसँग। फर्स्ट अफ अल हामीले चाहिँ विशेषले भने जस्तै लास्ट इयर दसैँमा टेक ओभर गर्यौँ। फर्स्ट चाहिँ हामीले लाइभ इन्टरेक्टिभ प्रोग्राम इन्भल्भ हुन पाएको एसियन फेस्टिभल हो। सायद यो चाहिँ फर्स्ट टाइम हामीले पार्टिसिपेट गरेको हुनुपर्छ। हामी चाहिँ युजिन काठमाडौँ युजिन सिस्टर सिटी ग्रुपसँग मिलेर हामीले चाहिँ त्यहाँ एउटा स्टल पनि राखेर एनएओको बारेमा, प्लस त्यति बेला चाहिँ नेपाल भिजिट नेपाल 2020 को प्रमोसन गर्ने भनेर हामीसँग पोस्टरहरू सबै कुराहरू पनि थियो। एनएओको बारेमा इन्ट्रोडक्सन नि गराइयो। अनि इट वाज अ भेरी बिग म्युजिकल प्रोग्राम अल्सो। 30 मिनट 30 देखि 45 मिनटसम्म चाहिँ हाम्रो एलिसा त्यहाँ मेन नै हुनुहुन्थ्यो। अनि हामीले चाहिँ त्यो प्रोग्राममा चाहिँ भाग लिने मौका पायौँ। पछि चाहिँ 2020 त्यति बेला चाहिँ नेपाल गभर्मेन्टले चाहिँ हटाइसकेको थिएन। अनि एभ्रिबडी नो दिस कोभिड-19 सुरु भयो। अब सबै क्याओटिक, त्यति बेला के गर्ने थाहा पनि थिएन। सबैजनामा अलमोस्ट लाइक स्टिल कन्फ्युजन स्टेटमा थियो। अनि अब हामीले नेपाली कम्युनिटीमा त्यसको इम्प्याक्ट के त, अब कतिजनाहरूलाई चाहिँ के छ भनेर एउटा इमिडिएट इमर्जेन्सी मिटिङ पनि गऱ्यौँ। अनि मिटिङबाट हामीले एउटा इमर्जेन्सी फन्ड भनेर एनुअली 1000 हाल्ने, प्लस अनि अरू डोनेसनबाट जति आउँछ त्यो चाहिँ गर्ने भनेर एउटा प्रोग्राम गऱ्यौँ। त्यसको डिटेल अहिले पछि आउँछ मनिषजीबाट। अनि त्यस पछाडि लकिल्ली हामीले अब आफूले भ्याएसम्म, हामीले कन्ट्याक्ट गरेसम्म हाम्रो मेम्बरहरू चाहिँ त्यस्तो इमिडिएट हेल्प चाहिने हामीले भेटिएन। अनि त्यस पछाडि हामीले अब लास्ट मन्थ चाहिँ ओरिगनमा चाहिँ जुन फायर भयो त्यसको भिक्टिमलाई चाहिँ हामीले एज अ एनुअल जेस्चर एउटा गुड उसको लागि चाहिँ बरु त्यो 1000 चाहिँ नि इमर्जेन्सी फन्डिङ चाहिँ हामीले त्यता दिने भनेर रेड क्रसलाई चाहिँ त्यो पैसा दियौँ। त्यो चाहिँ यहाँ हाम्रो हरदाय र दयादायले ह्यान्डओभर गरेको पैसा छ। यो चाहिँ हाम्रो मिटिङ कोभिडको बारेमा। मैले गुड थिङ भनेको सबै स्लाइडको यहाँ चाहिँ डिटेल राखिदिएछु। वेबसाइटमा गयो भने त्यसको बारेमा डिटेलमा हेर्न सकिन्छ। अनि अब एजुकेसन वान अफ द इम्पोर्टेन्ट प्रोग्राम नै भयो यहाँनिरको। हामीले अब नयाँ होइन, पहिलेदेखि गरिरहेको कुरा। लास्ट इयर चाहिँ प्रोग्रामहरू त्यति गर्न सकिएन, हामीसँग फन्डिङ चाहिँ लिमिटेड भएको हुनाले चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ यो हाई स्कुल प्रोजेक्ट्स भनेर चाहिँ प्रपोजल वान्टेड गरेको थियौँ, अप टु $2500 दिने पर स्कुल भनेर। अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ हामीले 15वटा प्रपोजल आएको थियो, त्यसमा 3वटालाई मात्रै हेल्प गर्न सक्यौँ। त्यो स्कुलहरू यहाँ छ। अरू बाँकी रहेको स्कुलहरूलाई हामी 2021 मा चाहिँ कन्टिन्यू गर्छौँ। अर्को चाहिँ यहाँनिरको यो $100 स्कलरसिप चाहिँ यो पनि कन्टिन्युएसन नै हो लास्ट इयरको प्रोग्रामको। त्यसमा चाहिँ 20 स्टुडेन्ट्समा 15 स्टुडेन्ट्स चाहिँ लास्ट इयरकै छ। अब 8 बाट 9 मा जानेहरू र 9 बाट 10 मा जानेहरू। अनि हामीले यो लास्टको जुन 8 क्लासको चाहिँ 5 जना स्टुडेन्टहरू चाहिँ यो नयाँ भयो। अनि अर्को थर्ड टपिक भनेको यहाँनिरको हाई स्कुल जुन एक्सलेन्स अवार्ड भन्ने छ, त्यसलाई 100लाई चाहिँ 1000 बनाउने निर्णय गऱ्यौँ इसी मेम्बरले। त्यसको चाहिँ एनाउन्स चाहिँ अहिले लास्टमा हाम्रो प्रेसिडेन्टले गर्नुहुन्छ यही प्रोग्राममा। त्यस पछाडि हामीले दुईटा एउटा प्रोग्राम पनि गर्ने प्रयास गऱ्यौँ लोकल अर्गनाइजेसनहरूलाई इन्भल्भ गराएर। के गर्न सक्छ त 2020 मा एउटा सेन्सस आइरहेको थियो। सेन्ससमा चाहिँ जस्तो चाहिँ हाम्रो पार्टिसिपेसन अथवा हामीले आफूलाई सेन्ससमा पार्टिसिपेट गरेर हाम्रो कम्युनिटीले कतिको बेनिफिट हुन सक्छ त, पोसिबल बेनिफिटहरू भनेर चाहिँ डिस्कस गरियो। अनि अब सबै यो मिनी अरू यो सानो अरू अर्गनाइजेसनहरू सबैजना त पार्टिसिपेट हुनुहुन्थेन, तर यहाँ जो हुनुहुन्थ्यो उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ एउटा पोसिबल कम्युनिटी हाउस चाहिँ पोर्टल्यान्ड एरियामा बनाउन सकिन्छ कि भनेर डिस्कसन भयो। त्यो कुरा चाहिँ क्लोजिङ हुन चाहिँ बाँकी नै छ होइन, तर इट वाज अ ओपन टपिक। यहाँ डिटेल चाहिँ वेबसाइटमा छ। अनि त्यस पछाडि अरू दुईटा हामीले भर्चुअल प्रोग्रामहरू गर्ने प्रयास गऱ्यौँ। एउटा चाहिँ अब यो पेन्डेमिकबाट अलिकति हाँसौँ भनेर एउटा नेपाली साहित्य कार्यक्रम भनेर गर्यो। त्यसमा 30-40 जना पार्टिसिपेट रफली मेरो गेस्टमा चाहिँ त्यति थियो। त्यतिमा चाहिँ हामीले नेपाली कविताहरू, मुक्तकहरू, जोक्सहरू भनेर चाहिँ नि एउटा कोभिड स्ट्रेसफुल टाइममा चाहिँ अलिकति हाँस्ने खालको इन्भाइरोमेन्ट क्रिएट गर्ने प्रयास गऱ्यौँ। अर्को त्यस्तै प्रोग्राम भनेको एउटा बेसिक इन्टरनेट सेक्युरिटी भनेर हाम्रो महेन्द्र नेउपानेजीले चाहिँ, उहाँ चाहिँ आफै इन्टरनेट सेक्युरिटीको एक्सपर्ट हुनुहुन्थ्यो। उहाँले चाहिँ के गर्न सकिन्छ त, लाइक हाउ क्यान यु प्रोटेक्ट योर इन्टरनेट, स्पेसल्ली लोकल इन्टरनेट आफ्नो घरमा। अनि त्यस पछाडि अब स्प्यामहरू अथवा फ्रड इमेलहरू कसरी गर्न सकिन्छ भनेर उहाँले चाहिँ एउटा गर्नुभयो। हामीले अर्को पनि प्रोग्राम एउटा कोभिड सम्बन्धी, एकजना डाक्टर न्युयोर्कबाट उहाँलाई पनि प्रयास गरेको थियौँ, तर त्यो प्रोग्राम चाहिँ हामीले गर्न सकेनौँ। त्यस्तै एउटा इन्सिडेन्ट भयो। मोस्ट लाइकली वी क्यान डु द्याट लेटर। मोटामोटी त्यही नै हो हाम्रो लिस्टहरू चाहिँ। That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Tuloshandai, for that, for the report. So since we could not celebrate Dasai in person this year, we wanted to share how some of our community members celebrated Dasai. So we put together a small clip. So let me play that for you. So up next, we have our formal NAO president, Bharat Bhaskota, to present the education project report.
Hello, namaskar सबैलाई म भरत बास्कोटा एनएओ को इमिडिएट पास्ट प्रेसिडेन्ट र एजुकेसन प्रोग्राम कोअर्डिनेटर र सबैलाई यो विजया दशमीको तिहारको शुभकामना र आज चाहिँ हेलोविन दिन पनि परेको हुनाले ह्यापी हेलोविन सबैलाई र म चाहिँ यो एजुकेसन प्रोग्रामको बारेमा प्रेजेन्ट गर्नुभन्दा अगाडि हाम्रो एनएओ को यस प्रोग्रामको प्रमुख अतिथि एनआरएनए युएसए का प्रेसिडेन्ट सुनिल शाहलाई स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु। त्यसै गरी हाम्रो क्याथरिन डेम्स्की उहाँ चाहिँ जो नेपालमा भर्खर स्थापना भएको लुम्बिनी म्युजियमको प्रोग्राम म्यानेजर अनि नेपालमा वुमेन एजुकेसनको लागि काम गर्दै आएको आइएनजिओ ब्रिजेस टु भन्ने प्रोग्रामको प्रोजेक्टको चाहिँ प्रोजेक्ट डाइरेक्टर र उहाँलाई पनि आई वुड लाइक टु वेलकम हर एन्ड र सबै हाम्रो अहिले यहाँ अरू जो एनआरएन युएसएबाट आउनु भएको छ यो प्रोग्राममा उहाँहरूलाई स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु र एनएओका पास्ट प्रेसिडेन्टहरू र सबै यो फेसबुक हेर्नुभएका सबैलाई पनि म स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु। र यो एनएओको एजुकेसन प्रोग्राम चाहिँ एउटा मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट प्रोग्राम हो र यो प्रोग्राम चाहिँ 2010 मा सुरु भएको हो र यो प्रोग्रामको नाम लिँदाखेरि सुरुमा म के दिन यो हाम्रो एनएओको त्यसबेलाका प्रेसिडेन्ट कुश श्रेष्ठ हुनुहुन्थ्यो उहाँकै यो सक्रियतामा र उहाँकै भिजनमा सुरु भएको हो। म पनि त्यो बेला एनएओको एउटा एजुकेटिभ मेम्बर थिएँ र आजसम्म यो प्रोग्रामले ठूलो रूप लिएको छ र यसको बारेमा भन्नुपर्दा सुरुमा हामीले $500 को हाई स्कुल एक्सलेन्स अवार्डबाट सुरु गरेका थियौं 2010 मा र यो कलेज बाउन्ड हाई स्कुल सिनियरहरूलाई हामीले चाहिँ सेलेक्सन गरेर यो अवार्ड दिन्छौं र अहिलेसम्म 11 जना विद्यार्थीहरूले पाइसके र यो वर्षसम्म पोहोर सालसम्म यसको भ्यालु $500 थियो र यो वर्षबाट $1000 बनाइएको छ र यो कसले पाउनु भयो यो वर्ष भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ यो प्रोग्रामको एन्डमा हाम्रो अध्यक्षज्यूले जुन हाम्रो भोट अफ थ्यांक्स दिनुहुन्छ त्यही बेला उहाँले एनाउन्स गर्नुहुनेछ नाम र एनएओको स्कलरशिप नेपाल प्रोग्राम पनि छ र यसमा हामीले यो 2011 बाट सुरु गरेका हौं र 2011 मा पहिलो वर्ष हामीले 3 जना बच्चाहरूलाई दिएका थियौं र त्यसपछि अहिले यो 2020 मा 20 जना बच्चाहरूले पाउँदै छन् र हामीले एनाउन्स 15 जना त पोहोर सालबाटै कन्टिन्यू हुन्छ र 5 जना नयाँ विद्यार्थी थप्ने क्रममा र यसपारा चाहिँ अहिले यो यिनीहरूको लिस्टहरू पनि हामी तयार गरिसकेका छौं र अहिलेसम्म टोटल हाम्रो यो स्कलरशिपमा नेपालमा 96 जना बच्चाहरूले हाम्रो स्कलरशिप पाइसकेका छन् अहिलेसम्म र त्यसै गरी यो हाम्रो यसपाला चाहिँ छानिएका नयाँ विद्यार्थीहरूमा 5 जना विद्यार्थीहरू छन्। यो चितवनको पोखराको सन्ध्या परियार र स्वस्तिका रामदान भन्ने हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरू श्री जनसिद्ध स्कुलको हो र त्यसै गरी चितवनका नगर को सेकेन्डरी स्कुलबाट 2 जना विवेक तामाङ र सलिन सापकोटा र त्यसै गरी तनहुको निर्मल सेकेन्डरी स्कुलबाट कसिम दवाडी नेपाली र 5 जना बच्चाहरू छानिएका छन् र हामीले खास गरी रेगुलर प्रोग्राम अन्तर्गत हामीले छान्ने बच्चाहरू त 8 कक्षाको हो र 8 कक्षामा 5 जना छानेपछि तिनीहरूले 9 र 10 नै कन्टिन्यू गरेर पाउँछन् हाम्रो 15 जना रेगुलर प्रोग्राम तर 5 जना कहिलेकाहीँ स्पेशल बच्चाहरू आएमा हामी उनीहरूलाई पनि छान्ने गरेका छौं र 5 जना बच्चाहरू नयाँ स्पेशल बच्चाहरू छानेर 20 जना पुगेको हो अनि हाम्रो नियमित 5 जना गरेर 15 जना बच्चा पाउने भए पनि यो स्पेशल बच्चाहरू यस्तो आयो यो बच्चा 1 कक्षामा पढ्दै हामी दिन थाले स्कलरशिप अहिले 3 मा पुग्यो र यस्तो एक्स्ट्रा बच्चाहरू पनि हामीले दिने गरेका हुनाले हाम्रो 20 जना बच्चाहरू पुग्या हो। र यो चाहिँ हाम्रो अर्को चित्र छ, फोटो सल्यान जिल्लामा यो अर्ली चाइल्डहुड सम्बन्धी हाम्रो प्रोजेक्टबाट सुरु भएको क्लास हो। र अनि त्यसै गरी हामीले नेपाल स्कुल इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर बिल्डिङ प्रोग्राम पनि सहयोग गर्दै आएका छौँ। मेगा प्रोजेक्ट भएर हामीले चाहिँ $5,000 भन्दा माथिको मेगा प्रोजेक्ट मानेका छौँ। र प्रोग्राम एजुकेसन चाहिँ यो मेगा प्रोजेक्ट 2013 देखि 2017 सम्म हामीले विशेष गर्यौं। र प्रोजेक्ट कस्ट रेन्ज चाहिँ $5,000 देखि $16,000, टोटल प्रोजेक्ट हामीले 5 वटालाई हामीले सपोर्ट गर्यौं र $54,501। त्यसै माइक्रो प्रोजेक्ट भएर हामीले 2018 मा चाहिँ सुरु गरेका हौं र 2018 मा 6 वटा स्कुललाई हामीले $7,197 दियौं। अनि 2019 मा 7 वटा स्कुललाई $15,645। अनि 2020 मा यो साल अहिले सेक्रेटरीज्यूले भनिसक्नुभयो 3टा स्कुललाई $6,500 गरेर अहिलेसम्म $29,342 हामीले चाहिँ सहयोग गरेका छौं। यो एउटा चाहिँ धादिङको चाहिँ झामरुकमा चाहिँ भएको एउटा स्कुल हो। यो स्कुल चाहिँ हामीले भैँचालो आउने बित्तिकै $15,500 हामीले चाहिँ यसमा फन्ड सहयोग गर्यौं। तर यसमा चाहिँ नर्वेजियन प्रोजेक्टले करिब $80,000 गएर करिब $95,000-96,000 को चाहिँ यो धादिङको हाई स्कुल प्रोजेक्ट हो। यो एउटा पार्ट हो, अरु पनि उता बनाएको अरु पनि फोटोहरु हामीलाई प्राप्त भएको थियो। र अनि फन्ड डिस्बर्समेन्ट कसरी भयो भन्दा हाम्रो मेगा प्रोजेक्टमा अहिलेसम्म $54,501, माइक्रो प्रोजेक्टमा $29,342, नेपाल स्कलरशिप जुन बच्चाहरूलाई दिएको छ त्यसमा $10,970, अनि एनयू हाई स्कुल एक्सेलेन्स अवार्ड यो चाहिँ यो ओरेगनको चाहिँ ओरेगन र हाम्रो साउथ वेस्ट वासिङ्टन हामी कभर गर्छौं यो भ्यान्कुभर साइडमा। र यहाँको बच्चाहरूलाई गरेर $10,970 चाहिँ हामीले अवार्ड दिएका छौं। र टोटल अहिलेसम्म हाम्रो चाहिँ फन्ड एजुकेसन प्रोजेक्टमा 2010 देखि 2020 सम्म $1,01,313। तपाईले यो पाइ चार्टमा हेर्नुभयो भने मोर देन 50% चाहिँ हाम्रो मेगा प्रोजेक्टलाई गएको छ। यो चाहिँ यो ओरेन्ज कलरको यो चाहिँ तपाईको हो के रे माइक्रो प्रोजेक्टलाई, अनि त्यसपछि नेपाल स्कलरशिप र यो सानो चाहिँ ओरेगनको लागि खर्च हो। र यो जम्मा 90% हाम्रो फन्ड नेपालमै गएको छ। अब कहाँबाट पैसा आयो भन्नु होला तपाईहरुले, यो प्रोग्राम यत्रो $1,00,000 खर्च गर्नको लागि भन्नु होला। त्यसमा सुरुमा हामीले इन्डिभिजुअल डोनेसनबाट कमिटी मेम्बरहरूलाई बाट उठायौं। र फेरि म कुश्रेष्ठको नाम लिन चाहन्छु। यहाँ उहाँले चाहिँ 2010 देखि करिब 13-14 सम्म हरेक हाम्रो चाहे बिहा वर्तमानको पार्टीको प्रोग्राम होस्, चाहे चाहिँ तपाईको एनयुको प्रोग्राम होस्, चाहे बर्थडे पार्टी हरेक ठाउँमा गाठा लाजै नमानिकन सबैलाई उहाँले चाहिँ रिक्वेस्ट गर्नुहुन्थ्यो। त्यसै गरेर उहाँले $15,000-16,000 जति चाहिँ त्यो बेला उठाउनु भएको थियो। त्यसपछि बिस्तारै हाम्रो चाहिँ इन्टेल म्याच डोनेसनबाट इन्टेलको हाम्रो चाहिँ काम गर्ने साथीहरू नेपाली इन्जिनियरहरू करिब 65-70 जना हुनुहुन्छ। त्यो मध्ये सबैले हामीले रिक्वेस्ट गरेका छौं। तैपनि अब सबैले भ्याउनु भएको छैन होला। करिब हाम्रो 8-10 जना चाहिँ नियमित हाम्रो भोलिन्टियर साथीहरू हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँले आफ्नो कम्पनीलाई भोलिन्टियरिङ गरेर रिपोर्ट गर्नुहुन्छ र 1 घण्टा बराबर इन्टेलले $10 पे गर्छ र त्यसबाट वर्षको हाम्रो $3,000 देखि $5,000 सम्म हामीलाई चाहिँ इन्टेलबाट आइरहेको छ। त्यस्तै हाम्रो चाहिँ ठुलो डोनर भन्नुपर्दा हाम्रो एकजना यहाँ इन्टेलमै काम गर्ने सिनियर इन्जिनियर 2 जना कपल हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँले करिब हामीलाई $15-17,000 जति डोनेट गर्नुभयो। त्यो उहाँले क्यास डोनेट गरेपछि इन्टेलले त्यति नै थप्दियो। त्यसले गर्दा $35,000 चाहिँ त्यसरी आयो हाम्रो। र यसपालाको तपाईको $6,500 मा नि मैले नाम लिनुपर्ने अनिवार्य लिनुपर्ने हुन्छ। नेपाली कमिटीबाट अहिलेसम्म सबभन्दा ठुलो डोनेसन हाम्रो महेश दंगाल, डाक्टर महेश दंगाल एमडी हो र उहाँको श्रीमती गीता भट्टराई 2 जनाले $5,000 चाहिँ हाम्रो यो प्रोग्रामलाई यसपाला सपोर्ट गर्नुभयो। द्याट इज द बिगेस्ट एमाउन्ट। थ्यांक यू। अनि त्यसै गरी हाम्रो चाहिँ एनयुको प्रोग्राम एक्टिभिटिजबाट दशैं पार्टी भनौं न्यू इयर पार्टीबाट प्रफिट भएकोमा हामी 25% डोनेट गर्थ्यौं। तर यो चाहिँ अहिले 3-4 वर्ष भयो त्यो हुन सकिरहेको छैन, किन हाम्रो फन्ड धेरै छ अन्तबाट। त्यसले गर्दा प्रोग्रामले घाटामा गइरहेछ। त्यसै हामी कहिलेका मोमो फन्ड रेजिङ पार्टी, मुभी सो, नेपाली आर्टिस्ट पर्फर्मेन्स हामीले गर्यौं। यो गर्दाखेरि प्रफिटको 50% एजुकेसन फन्ड, 50% हाम्रो डिजास्टर रिलिफ फन्ड छ, त्यसमा हामी जम्मा गर्ने गरेका छौं। र यो अब तपाईहरुलाई यो विषयमा हाम्रो पुरा वेबसाइटमा हाम्रो इन्फर्मेसन छ, nepaloregon.org मा हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। त्यसै हामीलाई इमेल पठाउनुहोस् है, हामी तपाईहरुलाई क्वेशनहरु चाहिँ आन्सर दिन्छौं। र तपाईहरुले सुन्नुभयो त्यसलाई धन्यवाद। Back to you, Eliza.
Thank you, Bharatai. So our next guest speaker is Catherine Dempsey, who is a project manager at Lumbini Museum and also a program director for INGO Bridges for Women Education in Nepal. Due to the time difference, she's not able to join us here today, but she has sent us a video clip to convey her message.
Hi, Nepal Association of Oregon. You might remember at a presentation that you invited me to 2 years ago for a large fundraiser that we did at the Asia America warehouse. You guys did some dancing and some presentations, and we had some great food, and we raised a lot of money that is now here in Nepal supporting some of the projects that I'm going to tell you briefly about. Okay, so my main project, the project that brought me out here to Nepal 7 years ago, is Bridges Between. My partners in Colorado, Brooke and Alexis, the three of us are all volunteers, and we've been helping to support different women's education programs here. Brooke started in 2010, so it's been 10 years. Since the lockdowns started in February, March, I'm sure all of you have heard a lot of details about that. There was no education programs to support, and people were really suffering with some food and fuel needs. And so Bridges Between, I did a few online fundraisers to raise money specifically for food relief. And you guys, mostly our friends and family in Oregon and Colorado, gave enough money to assist hundreds of people throughout the valley. The largest donations went to Swayamboo Ward 15, where we actually, for the first month and a half of the lockdown, we were allowed to cook hot meals, and then the folks at Ward 15 could bring their dishes and fill them with hot food and take them back to their homes. That was only once a day. But then after about 6 weeks, the government asked us to stop because of COVID. We weren't able to assure that people wouldn't be spreading the disease. So then we moved on to the nuns and also some families at the top of Swayamboo, who the nuns in particular were in a little bit of a desperate situation. And so Bridges Between did help them financially with some food and fuel. And we have some friends in Hedwa who run a youth group there, and they reached out to Bridges Between, and we were able to help support 300 families. And we specifically looked for families who had special needs beyond the lockdown and the COVID and losing the job. We also looked for families who had health issues in their families. So we actually served quite a large population of people with HIV and AIDS in that area. Another partnership we were able to find during the lockdown is with Bright Star Society. Sushil Adhikari and his brother are both visually impaired, and together they started this nonprofit. They're both college educated in engineering. They started this to help folks in their community with similar needs. This is Bright Star Society assisting those with differing abilities. And so we've actually been partnering with them a lot, and the funds that you folks are sending and our friends and family in Oregon and Colorado are sending have been going quite proportionally to Bright Star Society. I've met a lot of the people that they're serving, and it's doing a lot of good. Also, Sri Strata Women's School, which is a partnership that we started more than a year ago, almost 2 years ago, I think. And we spent a lot of time really just hanging out at the school, seeing how effective this program was, seeing how legitimate it was. I'm sure you can understand that a lot of times there's programs that have more operational costs than service costs. And so I try to be extremely picky about where these hard-earned funds go. And Sri Strata Women's School really fit the bill. I hung out there, like I said, for maybe 3 months before we decided to start financially assisting them in their programming. So this is a really well-established women's school. There's 55 women there, and Bridges Between was helping to support the teacher salaries, and now we're completely supporting the teacher salaries during the lockdowns. All 7 teachers are earning 100% of their salary, and in lieu of that, they are keeping track of the 55 students and just making sure that they are supported and have all of their needs met during the lockdown. And they did come to us with a few special needs, and Bridges Between was able to take some of those funds and help some of the students with fuel costs, mostly clean water and cooking fuel. And then the last program that Bridges Between has been working on is a women's design, graphic design course. So I kind of saw a need here in the Valley. You might remember we were working exclusively out in the village areas for several years, but I saw in the Valley that there's just so many educated women who just can't find a job because of lack of experience, not only tangible experience with their degree, but experience with how to find a job. So they just weren't really trying using all of the tools that are available because they didn't know them. So with this women's graphic design course, it was 8 weeks, 48 hours worth of instruction on how to use Photoshop to create designs so that they can hopefully get jobs in design industry. So helping to support a business's social media, making marketing and design for them. One of the women who won a scholarship for this graphic design course is her own artist. She's a fine artist. She does watercolors. And so she's using this to promote her own product. So those are the big things that we're working on at Bridges Between. Working on the next project that I'm going to tell you about. So something that's really exciting that's happened in the last few months is that I saw that Lumbini Museum and the Buddha Trust was looking for somebody with anthropology and museumology experience, as well as somebody who's a practicing Buddhist. And that all came together. Some of you might know that I spent 6 months in Bodh Gaya working in a monastery there, and to work in Lumbini was really one of my next goals. So for this opportunity to come up was just really quite amazing. I'm extremely grateful, and I'm excited about the work, and I'm just going to share it with you very briefly. And again, you'll have all my contact information if you have ideas or if you have some questions or you think I should contact somebody or connect. So for any reason. Okay, Lumbini Museum, in the birthplace of the Buddha, a museum comes to life. Now, the woman that I'm working directly for is named Sunema Udas, and her father is now the current ambassador to Myanmar. And I believe they lived in New York. I don't know all the details, I'm sorry. I believe they lived in New York for many, many years. And she says that her father started one of the first groups of Nepalese abroad in the United States. So when I told Sunema Udas that I was giving this presentation to the Nepali Association of Oregon, she was really quite excited and said, oh my gosh, my father started a lot of those programs in the United States. So maybe some of you know him. But this is the brainchild of Sunema in 2015 when she arrived on site in Lumbini, right on top of the earthquakes. She was a reporter for CNN Delhi. So she was a correspondent there and saw this museum, which is pictured here. This is an actual photograph. It's so beautiful that it looks like a painting. And she went in, and it's just really, it still is just, it's not a well-planned museum. It's not interactive currently, and there aren't a lot of artifacts. Even though so much archaeology has gone on in the area since the 1960s, the artifacts are actually monumental, meaning that they're big walls or big structures. They're not a lot of small pieces that are interesting to come inside and view. So how do we build a museum that is interactive and exciting and informational without a lot of actual artifacts? So that's one of the things that we're working on. But we're also being given the ability to sort of help plan out the entire Lumbini, greater Lumbini area. So the Sacred Garden area, how does all that work together, and how do we create jobs for the community? So this isn't just about opening the doors to this gorgeous building and creating some informational panels. This is really quite extensive. So first thing that I'm doing to help us with the plans for the inside of the structure is a cultural assessment survey. So I was in Lumbini last week, and I'm partnering with some local NGOs there to go around the entire greater Lumbini area, including Kapilavastu, and asking questions to the locals about how they feel about the greater Lumbini area and the museum. Get some ideas on what they would like to see in the museum, what they already know, and how they can contribute. So one of our main concerns is to create jobs for the local people in the area. So training is going to be a huge portion of what we're going to end up doing at the museum. So first is cultural assessment survey, and hopefully that will happen in December. And then on top of that, with the information that we get from the community, we'll be able to finish the interpretive design plan. So that's the plan for the inside. What are the exhibits going to look like? What artifacts are we going to use? How are we going to create interactive experiences? And I'm going to show you, let me see if I can show you just a little idea of what we're talking about. So this is a rendering. These are just ideas that we've been coming up with, and then we will hire, we've already identified a professional museum builder, and they will put together our ideas. And you can see here that in the middle, we hope to build like a Saul forest to represent the place where Maya Devi gave birth to the Buddha, inside the museum. Again, because we don't have a lot of artifacts, so we want to recreate the experience when you come in. Here, again, this is a rendering. We've been meeting with really extraordinary local artists who can, we hope to commission their works, and this would be one idea because the Tongay building has all these arches. And we could create like a meditation hall or just some serene areas with local artists and artisans. And then also just interactive, using modern technology, things that just get people's interest. And the artifacts will be on display a little bit differently than they have in the past. So really linking the artifacts back to the time of the Buddha and the things that were going on around him, instead of focusing on just the stone or the bone, the piece of material that's come out of the ground, but how that piece of material represents the Buddha. So that would be the interpretive design plan. That's next on the list. And then just recently, and Bharat knows this, and this is one of the reasons I can't meet with you live at 2 o'clock in the morning, is because tomorrow I'm meeting with World Bank Delhi, because we've been asked to lead a women's-led micro enterprise in the Lumbini Kapilavastu areas. So again, when I was there last week, meeting with women, female leaders who do crafts work, and a lot of them have been doing weaving, basketry, pottery, this kind of thing for many, many years, and they know what they're doing, and they've been trained many times. And so my proposal to the World Bank is to really focus on business acumen training. So yeah, we're going to help them develop their product to be more contemporary, a little sleeker, more modern, something people want to take back to Kathmandu or to their homes abroad. But we're also going to teach them how to run their own businesses. So that meeting happens tomorrow, fingers crossed. Then patrons and support is something else that we're working on, because the women's micro enterprises will be funded, but everything else comes from donations that we're securing. And we're looking for patrons as well. So that's something that all of us together as a community can work on. If you have ideas for patrons, either in the monastic community or scholarly community, those are definitely people that we're looking to partner with. For educational purposes, we want to do like live broadcasts of scholars and monastics talking about what the museum needs, what Lumbini Museum means, what Lumbini means to Nepal. So there might be people listening to this right now here at Nepali Association who would be interested in that. Again, contact me. And here's my contact information. I'm going to leave it really big, write it down, take a picture, screenshot. And Bharat also wanted me to talk about really quick ways to help. So at Sri Strata Women's School, we will continue. We've pledged to continue to cover the teacher salaries up until early next year. So any donations that you want to give specifically to Sri Strata Women's School, you can do that through our website at bridgesbetween.org. Also, I put on the screen earlier that on the Bridges Between YouTube page, Bridges Between Nepal, there is a 5-minute informational video specifically about Sri Strata Women's School, and it profiles 3 of the women and what their experience has been like being undereducated and illiterate, and how these courses are changing their lives. It also profiles the founder of the school. The scholarship class, so that graphic design class ended just before Dashin, but some of the women asked for a secondary course, so I am considering that. I'm also considering just a whole nother course on 101 level graphic design, because I put out a call for applications and I got 30 really wonderful applications for that. And then also in terms of bridges between, just let me know your ideas. You guys know Nepal and Kathmandu far better than myself or anybody else on the board at Bridges Between, so let us know. You might have contacts. And then in terms of the Lumbini Museum, again, we're looking for donors, patrons, and if Nepali Association over the next year or so would like to organize a fundraiser specifically for the museum, maybe we could all work on that together. We do have beautiful materials for fundraising. We took those to Myanmar last year. So that there are ways that we can get together and do something really big and beautiful to raise awareness and raise funds for that. Also for Lumbini, I'm always continuing to look for photographers and videographers. So I do have a team in my back pocket, but they are in Kathmandu, and I would have to transport them to Lumbini to document all of this work. If anybody has any contacts in Lumbini who do have their own professional equipment, let me know. And then in the future, internships. And I talked to Sunema, our founder, about Nepali Association of Oregon and how many members there are. And members have young people and college age, because I'm watching you guys on Instagram. I see what's going on. And it gave me the idea to possibly create an internship program at the museum for Nepalis living abroad. So high school age, college age, who might want to come for the entire season, which could last up to 4 months in Lumbini. But that's something to please keep that in mind. And maybe there's people watching who would be interested in partnering with me on that project to get a small group of Nepali Americans here in Nepal working at the museum. All right, well, my name is big as life there, so please write all of that down and contact me with anything that you have and any needs too. And, you know, I'm here and I moved to Patan from Swayambhu about a month ago. It's a little bit quieter here, a little bit cleaner, and I'm enjoying it. So I hope you guys are all staying safe in Oregon. I know that COVID here doesn't seem quite as bad as what's going on in the United States. And so my thoughts and prayers are with all of you and your families. So take care and please reach out. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Catherine, for all that you do for our community. We definitely appreciate it. And we look forward to perhaps doing a future collaboration. If any of you would want Catherine's information, please feel free to contact myself or any of our NAO members, and we'll pass her information on.